Okay, so you're a recent public relations grad in South Africa, and you're staring at the job market. It can feel like a pretty massive mountain to climb, right? Well, it really doesn't have to. Over the next few minutes, we're going to lay out a strategic roadmap to help you turn that anxiety into a clear, confident plan for landing your very first PR role.
First things first, let's just get a sense of the landscape. South Africa's unemployment rate is sitting around 34%. That's a big number, and it means the competition for those awesome PR jobs is, well, it's fierce. You're not just competing with other grads, you're up against pros with years of experience. It's a real challenge for sure, but it is absolutely one you can conquer with the right game plan.
And that leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? In a sea of other applicants, how in the world do you make sure you're the one who gets noticed? That's exactly what we're going to tackle. We're going to break this huge question down into some really clear, totally actionable steps for you to take. To start any quest, you gotta have a map of the territory. And right now, employers are super selective. They're not just looking for a degree anymore. They want specialized skills. Things like crisis communication and digital savvy. So knowing that, how do you build a profile that actually meets those demands? Well, it all starts with your personal brand.
Yep, you meet that demand by forging a really powerful personal brand. Just think of it as your professional identity. It's the story you tell about yourself and the value you can bring to the table. It's what's going to make you stand out from the crowd.
So here's your toolkit, your essential gear for building that brand. And look, this isn't about just having a LinkedIn profile that sits there collecting dust. It's about making it a dynamic showcase of what you know. It's not just about listing your skills. It's about proving them with a portfolio. And it's all about showing up, whether that's at an industry event or just in the conversations happening online.
And seriously, don't underestimate the power of just showing up. There's a story about one graduate who landed a full-time job only 2 months after her internship ended. How? From a single connection she made at a local PR workshop. It's a perfect example of how one simple conversation can literally turn into your next big opportunity.
Of course, a great brand needs the skills to back it all up, and employers are consistently looking for these 3 things. But notice how each one has a clear action you can take, like right now. You can practice writing press releases. You can get certified in a tool like Google Analytics, or you can even take an online course in crisis comms. These are real, tangible skills you can start building today.
So, your brand and your skills are starting to take shape. Awesome. Now it's time to prove them in the real world. This is your training ground. Gaining that hands-on experience is what makes your profile credible. It shows employers you can actually apply what you know when it really counts.
And you've got 3 main paths to get into that training ground. You could go for a formal internship, volunteer your skills for a nonprofit you believe in, or even pick up some freelance projects. You know what? Every single one of these paths helps build your portfolio and grows your network.
But if you're trying to figure out where to put your energy first, just look at this number. Up to 70% of interns get a job offer from the company they interned with. 70%! That one statistic tells you everything you need to know about the power of internships. They are often the most direct bridge from the classroom to a career.
All right, you've built your brand, you've sharpened your skills, you've gotten some real experience under your belt. Now it's time for the main event. Mastering the application itself. This is where all that hard work you've put in really starts to pay off.
Just look at the difference here. The generic approach, experienced in PR strategies, it's fine, but it gets lost in the pile. But a tailored one that uses keywords from their job description and shows a measurable result, like a 15% bump in engagement, that's what gets you noticed. That's what grabs a recruiter's attention.
And just remember, your application is a whole package. A killer cover letter is your chance to really tell your story and connect the dots for the employer. And a simple, polite follow-up email after you apply, it shows you're proactive and keeps you fresh in their mind. Don't skip these steps. So, you did it. You landed the interview. That's fantastic. Now, you can walk in there feeling totally confident by following 3 simple steps. 1, do your homework on the company. 2, practice your answers to those classic interview questions. And 3, come up with some smart questions to ask them. It proves you're not just looking for any old job, you're looking for the right one. But here's the thing. Getting that first job isn't the end of the quest. It's actually just the beginning of a lifelong journey. The PR world is constantly changing, which means the most successful people are the ones who are always learning and always growing.
Being proactive is absolutely the key here. Keep learning, stay on top of industry news, and make an effort to build a solid network of mentors and peers you can lean on. That kind of commitment is how you build not just a job, but a career that you're genuinely excited about for the long run.
So there you have it. You've got the map, you've got the toolkit, and you've got the strategies to build your brand, get experience, and nail the application process. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. What's your first move going to be?